here in number 12, the motion of the fingers gets more complicated. There's a lot of notes going on. It's leaping around all over the place. It's just crazy things are happening. So it's unbelievably important that you get it right, and that you get it right from the beginning. Because if you practice something wrong, it's kind of indelibly etched on your brain wrong. So getting things right from the beginning, no matter how complicated or how simple the idea might be, is incredibly important. So going slow and going slowly enough so that you can make a judgment on whether you've done it right or not. That's very key to your practice. So because time is so weirdly malleable, we're going to use a metronome to tell us how slow we need to be. Now, this metronome is set at 120 beats per minute, which is, 2 beats a second. Woo! Like many a march. And this is kind of a happy little march almost, with notes that are bouncing around all over the place. So you need to be really precise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play with each one of these being an eighth note. So the eighth note process that's going on here allows me time to do some things that I have to do in between the notes. One of the things that's really important about playing a tube like this one is having the tube length be correct at any given moment. So when I play this first note, a G, I want to make sure that I've got my fingers down, and not go or whatever. Not something terrible. You want to play a G, so fingers must be down. I can play a G. Great. The next note is a D. I got to play a D. That's 3 more fingers. This one too. So the deal here is that I have to get my fingers down on this D before I can play the D. And if I don't get my fingers down before I play the D, a D is not going to come out. So in the space that I'm creating between those two notes, I'm changing my fingering set. When I'm connecting two notes, I'm trying to be a little more precise, but I still got a gap. And in that gap, I'm trying to move my fingers in the gap. Now that feels very strange to a lot of people. They want their fingers to be coordinated. Oh, I can't make myself do it. I can't make myself do that because I've trained myself over the years to get my fingers down in the space that I've created. And I'm making a lot of noise right now to emphasize this, but you don't have to make a lot of noise to do this. It's a good idea not to. Here's the third bar. And then later we can go back and speed this up. We can speed it up a little bit at a time, but it's really important to do it a lot of times slowly and do it a lot of times exactly right. Also boring. Also boring. So learn to enjoy the boredom of doing things right over and over again. Learn to have a passion for that boring moment. You've done all right. It's great. It's much more exciting to make a lot of mistakes. Much more exciting. Don't do it. Why bother? It's not the way music works.